my family has a commitment to the community in that we like to do various projects. So it was the USA Today Make a Difference Day, which is annually in October. And I was looking for something to do that would make a difference. So as I searched the internet, since it was breast cancer month, then I thought about that as a connection. So as a result, I said, maybe I could, get wigs and find out where breast cancer patients got their wigs. So the first thing I did was to call the American Cancer Society. And of course, when I called them up and my question was, do you need any wigs? And they said no. A very quick response and very like, hello, goodbye. So I was like really shocked at that. And I then said, well, let me call the national office because I could not believe that. I called the national office, 1-800, whatever. And once again, I was told no, that they did not need any wigs, which I just could not believe it. So on a second thought, I said, well, do you need any wigs that would be suitable for African American women? And then that's when the lady almost jumped through the phone. And she was, there was such a tremendous need. And I explained to her what I was interested in doing. And then she said, well, let me call the local office because I know that there's a tremendous need. So she called the local office, and then they in turn gave me a call. And I talked with them and told them what I wanted to do. And it went from there. We actually had a hard time getting the ladies. And through various contacts, we did, because we were saying, okay, this is the project. We have lined up a day where you can come in, have a makeover. So we spent about 2 weeks actually trying to find different people. And so it was through various personal friends, some of my adopted children, and I have plenty of those, that brought people to the table. And so when the ladies came, of course, they didn't know what to expect, but they knew through personal relationships that it was something that might be good.
I found out about the program through one of my church members that is one of the links. And she approached me and asked me, would I like to participate and give my testimony of my cancer and the progress and the process that I had been through and have made? And I told her yes. And it's been wonderful, wonderful.
I was recovering from my breast cancer treatment, but I worked at HealthSpring. So some church member had talked to someone at HealthSpring and asked them if they knew anyone who was a survivor or going through cancer treatment. And one of the ladies there gave them my name, and they called me and asked me would I like to participate. Well, at that point, I was really in a low spot. I had 6 months of chemo and radiation and so many things. And I thought, well, yes, I will do that. I could use a pick-me-up. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I thought, well, this could be something good for me. So I said, okay, I'll be happy to do it.
Well, actually, I am involved in a program called the Witness Project, and it's a breast and cervical cancer education program. And one of the ladies that kind of has been part of us gave one of the other survivors a call and included me because she knew of us being survivors and asked us if we'd be willing to participate in this project, Crowning Glory. So, of course, we said yes.
what we had that day when they came in, we had breakfast arranged. Everyone had a 2-hour appointment block. And so they were scheduled. They came in, we had snacks, we had different greeters. Then we took them, once we made them feel comfortable, they went to select a wig, and we had a good 200 or 300 wigs there. And we had a professional stylist, and then she spent time helping them to select something that they felt comfortable with. And she actually styled it there. And, they just enjoyed that, just having a selection to, really go through. That meant a lot. So from there, they went to makeup. And I did not realize that with chemo, a lot of the ladies lost their eyelashes and as well as their eyebrows. And so for many of them to have eyelashes professionally put on, they were just amazed. Sephora donated the expertise of one of their makeup artists as well as the makeup. And then with the makeup that was donated, it didn't run and they weren't sensitive to it. And it just made them feel so good just having it professionally done. And then from there, they went to clothing. Macy's donated clothing, some of the outfits, and a few of the other boutiques around the city. And we had wonderful outfits and, good jazz music playing in the background. And from there, they went to take the pictures. So it was just a very spiritual day.
The spirit of enthusiasm and love was felt the minute you entered the door. It was just all hands on deck and take you to station to station. What was funny for me though was when they told me that they would have clothes there that you could wear, I didn't believe them nor did I trust them because I'm a plus size woman, and I said, I'll bring my own clothes. I'll bring my own clothes because I didn't want to be embarrassed. But there was nothing embarrassing about anything. So whether you were worried about shoe size or dress size or makeup or hair, they were prepared from A to Z to pamper you.
The first room they took me to was the fashion room where we were supposed to select an outfit. And the first thing they asked me was my size, and I couldn't tell them my size because I had lost a lot of weight due to my bone marrow transplant, and so I didn't really know my size. So we kind of had to go through a few things to find that, but then also to find something that would suit me. And what I had in mind was altogether different from what Gemma had in mind, and it kind of opened the door for me to some new ways of looking at myself and my wardrobe. Frankly, at first, my first inclination was to say, oh no, that is way too young for me. But I decided, well, this is an adventure, so why not be adventurous? Why not just go with the flow and let's see what happens.
They made us feel beautiful with the professional job, the makeup job that they did was with us. Now that was the first time I had been actually professionally made up because I did all the makeup myself and I'm like, wow, I got airbrushed and everything, didn't even know what that was, and so I was tickled pink.
When I finished with my makeup and everything, I was told I looked like Patty, and so I was renamed from Maddie to Patty, so I really pretty much felt like the diva Patty, so it was just really just delightsome, and I just really enjoyed it. It was just a good experience. I've never been involved in really a makeover, and not like to that extent, and really I loved it.
Photos were taken by professional photographer Lucius Outlaw. There was a unique energy and spirit in the studio, which was due in part to Dr. Outlaw's ability to connect with each woman. If you entered the room that day, you could feel a whole range of emotions, faith, happiness, determination, fear, joy, peace.
I went for the actual photo shoot, and there were numerous poses, and he was really good about letting you see what he had shot. So that was good. You got to immediate feedback. He was just warm and friendly and very, very pleasant. So I enjoyed working with him.
The photographer was wonderful. He made me feel good about myself. He said, "You are a beautiful woman and you still have so much beauty, and you should know that." And I began to believe, well, maybe I am not just over with life yet.
I never thought really I was model material. So I actually got to experience what models really do, because he did it like we were his models.
He, took the pictures, he put me at ease, and he was very patient. And frankly, at that time, I was in a lot of pain, and I wanted to smile, and I wanted to, take advantage of this situation, because he said, you can, do this as long as you feel like it. It's your shoot. I don't know that I was at my best or giving my best during the pictures, but that just goes to show his level of professionalism, because he took me when I was really not feeling good, and he made me come across in those pictures as being somebody who had done that before with a lot of experience, and so that's a tribute to Lucius.
Within the structure of the links, what we're trying to do is to really get it formatted in a particular program so that we can have this in different cities. Because obviously, I did not realize that there was such a need. And the part of it that's really exciting for me is not just the wig itself. It is the emotional empowerment of Black women, wherein they are made, it's not the sickness or anything, but again, going back to feeling good about yourself and transferring that energy to those around you.
Outside of doctors' offices and hospital rooms, there is hope. And that's what Project Crowning Glory was for me. It was a reminder. It was a reminder that in recovery, you need friends, you need family, and you need a support group such as all the ladies and the men that participated in Project Crowning Glory.
I get to the point now where I dress before I leave instead of in my car throwing on just a little makeup, little lipstick. I'm presentable when I walk out the door. I still have that diva air that they've given me, and I appreciate it.
It was just a good experience. I'd never been involved in really a makeover, and not like to that extent, and I loved it.
As one of the 13 divas, I'm ready to take on the world, because they have inspired me to let me know that there is life after cancer, and I'm going to live it.
I still think it's a wonderful project, and I still think you should extend this on a national level, because there's nothing like this. And I've talked to other women of color, cancer survivors around the country, and there really is nothing like this anywhere else.
My oldest son said, "Mom, you look just like a model." And they were just so overjoyed to see me all made up, and I just felt like a princess, and they thought that I looked just like a queen.
I would like to say that this is an awesome program. Nobody knows what victims of cancer go through, because the treatment is horrific. However, when you have a group of women that can show you so much love and give so much encouragement, as well as kind of bring you up with the styles and encourage you to get involved, it makes all the difference in the world. I want to thank the Links, because you have really been a blessing. And I hope that this program continues. And if anybody hears my voice through this program, I ask you to donate your time and your money, because this program works.